I grew up with my dad. He raised 5 children, and I owe everything to him. He's our hero. He taught us very well. He taught us that when you want to achieve something, sometimes you have to start from the bottom up. You can't just work your way up all of a sudden. And he's like, it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication and a lot of patience. When I applied at Disneyland, I needed to get my foot in there, is what I was told. So I applied as a janitor. It was the only position open. And I just said, okay, let's do it. And then eventually I'll move up, I'm sure. And then someone pulled me in. It's like, we have a better position for you. We have a hostess position. And I was like, oh, sure. It came with some challenges. It was my first food and beverage job ever. It was a lot of pushback on this new girl that was a host that has never had a food and beverage experience. How is she going to lead us? And I was like, okay. I'm like, challenge accepted. I became a lead, and then after the lead, I became a support lead, which was a step before you become a manager. Long and behold, I became a food and beverage operations manager for Disneyland California Adventure. Every 2 weeks, we were in charge of the entire park. So I got to experience that as well. It's something magical, honestly. It sounds so cliche, Disney magic, but it really is. I loved what I did. I loved going to work. It's magic. It is. So we moved to Arizona. My husband got a promotion with his job. And so when my husband called me and says, hey, I have an opportunity in Arizona, I was like, okay, but we're here. And I'm like, how would this work? And so I started looking, and I saw Friendship Village. And I saw the front of house manager position at a restaurant. My husband said, just apply, get your feet wet. You haven't interviewed outside of Disney in a long, long, long time.
We want to be the Disney of senior living. I mean, that is our goal. And when you find people that have worked there and been a part of that organization, it's like, ooh, this could be really good.
At first glance of walking the area, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I would have never thought that this was senior living. I was like blown away, to be honest. This is very resort style. Every resident was saying hi to me like they knew who I was. And obviously me, I was saying hi back like I knew who they were. And my husband's like, you're not gonna apply anywhere else? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I really like them. Like, you don't understand what I saw today.
Of course, she got here and it delivered on all the levels. It's been awesome.
That's how I got to Friendship Village. I am in charge of all the food and beverage venues. Every day, my morning comes in, I obviously check in. You do a first walk in the morning, kind of just make sure that everything is show ready. At that point, all the venues start opening up, and I make sure that everybody's staffed. I check in with all my leaders, see if they need anything from me. Applying everything I've learned from Disney here, it was a brand new restaurant, so there was a lot of opportunity to kind of make it what it can be. I took that and I ran with it. And I think that showed like immensely and very fast. I gained the trust of everybody before I even did anything Jennifer style. You get everybody's trust so they can jump on board with you.
She brings her A game. It works, and people love it, and we love it, and try to find people who behave like her, and surround ourselves with more Jennifers. We had a resident, they were a couple, and she lost her husband. And that's one of the, when you're a family here, you all feel that loss. And it's hard because you see that person hurt, and you feel that pain with them.
And that was my first experience as losing a resident. And it hurt. And I was like, wow. And it was Valentine's Day coming up like a couple days. I remember I asked her, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? And she looked at me almost like, are you kidding me? Like, why would you ask me that, And she said, nothing, I'm just gonna be home by myself. And I was like, absolutely not. And she's like, what? I'm like, let's have dinner, you and I, on Valentine's Day. She cried and she hugged me, and we did. We had a beautiful Valentine's dinner. Those are the type of things that I bring from Disney to here. And it's like those special moments that just make a world of difference for them and for myself, obviously.
You do that type of stuff, people will never forget it, They forget what you said, they forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And that was one of those moments.
It's so nice to be part of their last years of their life, and people forget that they're still a human being. and they need that special touch in their life. And if I can do that to just one person, I think I've done it.